Hello to you all and welcome to the third video from the financial markets, and in this case we are going to speak about commodities. And yeah, so in general, I would say most of the basic goods, that they haven't intended for the commercial, they are intended for a commercial use. And initially, they were traded directly, like for example you have these not live markets, or how you say live market, where you have these farmers or growers of the livestock, or stuff like that. They were selling those stuffs directly. But of course, with the evolution of the society and stuff like that, yeah, some of them they are still doing it nowadays, but they also adopted, and they started to use the options and the futures. But yeah, let's go slow by slow. So like I said, the commodity market was born, well, here they say in the middle of 17th century in Chicago. But yeah, but if you think about the Roman Empire or stuff like that, the commodities existed. People, they were being traded salt or sugar or coffee or whatsoever for something. They were doing this. Of course they didn't. It was not having the same, I would say, details like they are doing right now, or the same parameters or stuff like that, but it existed from a long time. But yeah, now most important, I would say, yeah, is the commission, the CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. But yeah, and this is like for trading, big quantities. Like we're speaking about millions and hundreds of millions and even billions, in this material. So yeah, to say about the group, I would say the most important ones that we have. Of course, we have the energy, especially the oil, gas, coal, petrol, and but no, petrol it's another. Well, petrol it enters here. Well, I would say, but you can trade it at the CFD, but that's another story. The metals, which you have, of course, gold, silver, copper, nickel, zinc. Yeah, you have both precious metals and industrial metals. Agriculture, everything that is from agriculture, of course, at the same time with livestock, like pigs, cows, so on, wheat, corn, soybeans, and yeah. And like I said, you have two types. We have the spot, and the market is made initially in the cash. Like for example, in my language, it's called Târg de Animale. I don't know. I'm just going to show a photo, so you can understand. So you see, you have this type of animals, and people that are taking them, they are selling it directly. And the same, they do it with, like I say, animals. They do it with materials and so on. So that's kind of the spot. But now, of course, now we start to have the future market where they start to seek, and set a future price, to guarantee their profits and investment. But of course, it's not always going to happen this way. But so the different characteristics are described below. So they depend, like I said, in these external factors. Like for example, imagine if you are an agriculture producer and suddenly you have, I don't know, a hurricane, or you have a big drought, and you have no rain for the last half a year or stuff like that. Yeah, it's going to directly impact your market, and you're going to get screwed. The same way if you have very very sunny days and very good rains, and all this type of good condition is going to help you to to increase your beneficials and products and profits. At the same time, of course, they say that they are volatility, but these volatilities happen because of this. Like you are not going to be able to fully predict how it's going to be the next year in terms, of this. I would say in terms of weather, like for example for the agriculture, but taking into consideration the climate change and all these types surrounding it, I believe that these prices are going to increase over and over in the near future, unless something else is going to happen. Yeah, and then of course, you have these high returns that can be made, because of this high volatility of these products. So they can also have big profits and at the same time big losses. So yeah, and because of the usage, of this technology, like we have these exchanges, like the CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. They can be traded quickly. So now, how you can trade all of this? Well, you have, like I said, you have two types. So you have, for example, the CB, in the all sources, in the trading view, you see if you go in the CME Globex, you see we have here, and you have also here the options. So you have two types. Like for example, you can see, for example, but no, we don't want for coins. We want, for example, for CBOE. So yeah, uh, no, we don't want CBOE. We want Chicago Board of Trade. This one. Yeah. So you see, for example, here we have the future for the agriculture, like for example the soybean, oats, corn, ethanol. Even look for alcohol. Let's look for alcohol. But yeah, you can see that in general most of these markets, they are side markets. They are not trend markets. Yeah, I'm going to explain this in the near future. But yeah, some of them, you can see some of them. Yeah, they kind of start to, they are being range break trading. They are side market. I don't know, corn. Let's take a look at corn. Same stuff. You can see more or less corn does future. I don't know. One more. Um, Ukrainian wheat. So urea, but yeah, wheat. The wheat future directly. So yeah, we can see the same. Here it was the crisis. You can see in the crisis when it happened in 2007, 2008, the price exploded because most of people were staying at home and taking the food. Of course, the bread at least. So I believe maybe that was the reason in this case. But after that, you can see it's in a side market. So yeah, the main, like I said, the main that we have: petrol, gold, silver, platinum, rice, sugar, oats, wheat, and so on. So yeah, I'm not a mainly fan of the commodities, but that doesn't mean you cannot trade them and make money and profits on them. Here, in general, if you want to trade them, I suggest both the macroeconomical point of view and fundamental analysis more than the technical analysis. Because, like I said, here, for example, you can see a moving average, stuff like that, oscillators. But if for example, this year you have a big drought, or you have a lot of good condition of rain and so on, then you can expect the price to oscillate in one way or another. So yeah, I believe I covered at least the surface, for you to get started with the commodities, and I hope you enjoy it, and see you in the next video, which is going to be related with the forex. So yeah, thanks for watching.